Hey guys, you'll have to forgive me, I'm a bit croaky this morning, I've not long woke up. Um, but yeah, I wanted to show you the sunflower lanyard. It's arrived. You may have seen some information I posted about it on the Chronically Suki page. I posted the link for their website a couple of weeks ago, but I will pin that to the top on the Chronically Suki Facebook page later, so that you can find that easier. I will also try and put it in the comment section below this video on YouTube. So yeah, for those who don't know, I'll give you a bit of information about the sunflower lanyard scheme, or as they're known, otherwise known, hidden disabilities. So if I show you their logo, there you go, hidden disabilities, they do the sunflower lanyards. So basically, originally, this was a scheme that originally started in airports. And people with disabilities in airports would use these, and it signified that they are a disabled person, and they may need assistance. But now other companies and other places have started to adopt the sunflower lanyard scheme. So supermarkets have started to use it. Doctors' surgeries, hospitals have started to use it. So yeah, and it's not just part of the UK. There's other countries that use it as well. On the Hidden Disabilities website, they do have links on there you can click where they have ways to find out where there are places that use the sunflower lanyards. So if you want to travel anywhere for a day out, or you want to go on a holiday, you can have a look on there to see what places accept the sunflower lanyard cards, and what places are sunflower lanyard friendly, so that is really helpful. But yeah, basically the sunflower lanyard it's a symbol that signifies I am a disabled person, I may need support, I may need assistance. It's sort of like a way of letting people know that without you having to tell them, without you having to explain yourself, without you getting into those awkward situations where someone doesn't realise that you have a disability or a learning difficulty or a hidden disability, and they don't realise that, and then they may get frustrated with you if you're taking too long with something, and they may get very narky with you. I mean, I've had that issue a lot. People haven't realised that I am disabled, and I get a lot of their frustration aimed at me because I'm taking too long at something. It happens a lot in the supermarket when I'm trying to go through the cashier, and it creates a lot of anxiety. So it's a way of letting those kinds of people know, hold up, I'm disabled. Soon as they see this lanyard, then they know, this is where I've got to slow down and be patient with this customer, so it is very, very helpful in that way. So I'll show you my card a moment. I've got to cover up some sensitive information on it, but there we go. Hopefully you can see that. So this is kind of a little customizable. You can add your photo, you can add information about your disability and your needs. You can put it in detail. I mean, that's what I've put on mine. They have one that's already written out on there, so you can just use that, or you can change it a bit. I mean, I used the one that was already on there, but I changed it a tiny bit to suit me. You know, so you can be as detailed as you like, or if you feel uncomfortable with adding too much detail about your disability, you can keep it simple and vague like this, you know. And also you get to pick 5 logos. Now I'll talk you through the logos in a minute, but you see these little round logos there, you can put them on there. I'll talk you through those logos in a minute, but you can also put your name on there, and you can put an emergency contact name and phone number as well, and that's what I have covered, because I don't want my emergency contacts phone number being all over the internet. So yeah, you can kind of customize that and make it yours basically. I mean, it would be nice if you could like change the colour of the card, but then I suppose it wouldn't be recognisable as the sunflower lanyards, I suppose, because the green and the yellow is sort of like the whole part of the signal. But yeah, I also got the lanyard, the one with the 3 breakaway clips, because I am a super clumsy person, and wearing this around my neck, I'm gonna get it caught on things. And instead of it getting caught and me not realising and then getting strangled, it'll get caught and the clips will break away, stopping me from getting strangled to death. So I thought that was important to get the one with the breakaway straps. They do have other ones on their website, other lanyards as well. But I will now talk you through some of these logos. If I tell you the ones I have on my card, basically show you a few of those, because there are a lot of logos. You can go on their website, and when you're creating your card you can read through them and have a look at them. So basically these logos, each logo is specific to a certain type of disability. So you need to pick the ones that apply to you. For instance, I have put on mine this one, so the logo of the wheelchair, and that is, I have accessibility needs, please ask me what they are. So that's what that logo means. And I have also picked the logo that has the picture of the eye, and that means I have sight loss, I have limited vision, and may find access to visual information or judging distance a barrier. So yeah, what else have I got on there? This one's a important one, I think, for me anyway. The little logo there of the 2 people, so that logo basically means I have a carer or personal assistant. They provide support and will need to accompany me. So yeah, and then this one I thought was really important for me. It's sort of like a little logo of a clock face, kind of that one there. And that basically means I may need more time. Please be patient and keep calm. I may need more time to complete an action or to communicate with you. So I thought that was really important for me, because sometimes as well my communication suffers when I am anxious, especially when I'm socially anxious, and when I'm overloaded, when I have sensory overload and stuff like that. My communication, I struggle with that, because I get, what do you call it? I forgot the name of it now. You'd have to forgive me, my brain's foggy still, new medication and all that. Selective mutism, that's it. I get selective mutism when I'm in that highly anxious sort of state. So yeah. And my last logo is the picture of the little stick man with a walking stick, because I am still ambulatory. Sometimes I do use my cane to get about rather than my wheelchair, especially if it's short distances. Basically this logo means I cannot stand for long periods of time. I may need a place to rest, especially if I am in a queue. So yeah, that's the 5 logos I have picked. If you don't want to use any of these logos and you want to keep it vague and keep it simple, you can always put the logo of the sunflower, and that basically means I have hidden disabilities. So if you don't want people knowing specifically what your disability is, there we go. I've got alarms going off on my phone. So yeah, if you don't want people knowing specifically what your disability is, if you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. Just put the sunflowers on that instead of these logos. But there are so many different logos. I won't read them all out. You can go check that out on the website yourself at hiddendisabilitiesstore.com. Again, I will put that link up in the comments section and on the Chronically Suki Facebook page. I don't know whether it works but over camera, but you can scan that and it will take you with your phone and it will take you to the website. But yeah, I don't know if it works over video, I don't know. But yeah, there is a small charge. There is a charge for these lanyards. So my lanyard and card all together with shipping and handling and VAT and everything, it came to £12.36. So to be honest, it's not too expensive, you know. I was expecting it to be super expensive, like 40, 50 pounds and upwards, but no, it's £12.36. Now I bought two of these lanyards and cards, because where my partner and carer John, he has hidden disabilities as well, and sometimes he struggles with those. He is thought to be on the autism spectrum. We are currently working on getting him an assessment and everything like that. He also has ADHD, which he is diagnosed for, and he also has other issues such as IBS and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes he needs that extra time and that extra support as well. So we got him one as well, so that he'd feel better and comfortable when he's out and about, because he too struggles with sensory overload sometimes. I think he has more of a handle on his than I do mine. And with his social anxiety, again, he has more of a handle on that than I have on mine. I think I struggle more with that. But still, sometimes and he struggles as well with a bit of foggy brain. So sometimes he's a bit slow when trying to figure things out, especially if it's mathematics or stuff like that. So, and trying to formulate sentences. So yeah, it's helpful for him to have one of those as well. And also, if you are a carer for someone who is disabled, but you do not have disabilities yourself, you can still get one of these sunflower lanyard cards, because they have the cards on there for carers. So they have cards saying, I am a carer. So if you're a disabled person, you get one for you, and then you can get one for your carer. So when you're out and about with your carer can wear the lanyard as well. And then people know, okay, that's a disabled person, that's a carer. We need to stay out of the carer's way, let them do their job, they know what they're doing. Because believe it or not, sometimes people are too quick to try and help, and they don't realise that them trying to help is actually hindering more. So they need to stand back and let the professional deal with it. Like many times I've had people run up to me, I'll help you, which is great, but like when I've had issues with my wheelchair out and about, people run to my aid, try to help me, but they just start grabbing at the wheelchair and pulling, and then bits start coming off of my wheelchair, and then they're stood there with it in their hand like, oh. And when I try and say, look, don't pull on the wheelchair, they ignore me and carry on anyway. And John's there and he's like, excuse me, I'm the carer, let me deal with this. And they're still trying to, oh no, it's okay, I can help. And John's like, seriously, no, I know how to do it, you're doing it completely wrong. And they don't always, their willingness to help overrides their listening abilities almost. So yeah, if you see someone wearing a sunflower lanyard and you think they look like they need help, just walk over and politely ask, do you need assistance? And wait for them to reply, and wait for them to tell you what kind of assistance they need. Don't just rush up and start grabbing and pulling and whatever. That just hinders more. And if it is someone who is on the spectrum, or someone who does struggle with social anxiety or any kind of anxiety, or someone with sight issues, by running up and just grabbing and pulling and trying to help in that way, you're going to frighten the life out of the disabled person. You're not going to help at all. You're going to make things worse for them. You could send someone who is on the autistic spectrum into a full-on meltdown by doing that. So don't do that, because believe it or not, that there is actually a logo on here. If I can find it, there we go. This logo here. Basically, that means do not touch me, physical touch can cause distress and pain. So there you go. There are some disabled people that don't like to be touched. And touching them, you could cause a lot of distress. So in that way, you're not helping, you're just hindering. So if you see someone with a lanyard like this and they look like they're struggling, just walk over and say, oh, excuse me, do you need assistance? And then wait for them to reply. Sometimes if they have communication problems and they cannot reply by voice, they will most likely show you the card and the logos on their card and what is written on their card. And that will give you a clue as to how you can help them. Okay, so don't just rush in and start grabbing and pulling and, you know, it's, people seem to do it a lot. Their willingness to help is great, but sometimes that overrides their common sense and yeah, it you know, stop, breathe, stay calm and ask. Don't just rush in and grab. Because I know my sister, she's registered blind. She uses a white cane to get around. And sometimes when crossing busy roads, she knows what she's doing crossing the road. She's had help to learn how to use crossings correctly with her stick and everything so that she can cross the road safely. She uses the crossings with the little buttons and stuff, which actually do have a disabled button or a blind person button on there. I'm not going to tell you where it is on there because, you know, but she uses that, and what that button does is it causes the traffic lights, obviously when it's safe for the cars, obviously causes the traffic lights to change, and it makes them stay red for longer so that she can cross. It gives her more time to cross, if that makes sense. Not all crossings have this though, they should do. But yeah, sometimes when she's been crossing the road, these good Samaritans have seen her and thought, oh, she's blind, she's crossing a road, she's going to get hit by a car, I must help her. Which is very nice of them, it's a very nice thought. Don't get me wrong, you shouldn't not help someone who needs help, but you should help them in the correct way. And she's been happily crossing the road, and while she's in the middle of the road, all of a sudden she felt someone grab her, and she thought she was being attacked. And she kind of freaked out and was like, get off me. And the person went, hang on, I'm trying to help you. And my sister went, I don't need your help. I didn't ask for it, I don't need your help. And the person got very narky with her and said to her, you're very rude. And then walked off. Who was rude in that situation? Not my sister, that's for sure. It was the good Samaritan. Now what he should have done is walked up at a distance, not invaded her personal space. He should have walked up and politely asked, oh hi, are you okay, do you need any assistance? And my sister would have replied, no thank you, I'm fine. And there you go, that's how that interaction should have gone. You don't just run up and grab someone. Even a normal person that doesn't have sight issues, you wouldn't run up and grab them. You know, you wouldn't run up and grab a stranger in the middle of the road. You just don't do that. So why do it to a disabled person, to a blind person? You know, so don't be doing that. Stop doing that, because you're scaring the life out of these poor disabled people when you do that. I know your intention is to help, and that is great, but help in the correct way, please. Thank you. So yeah, I think that's it. I've been ranting on. I think that's it for this video, but I will share the link for this website up on everything. And yeah, I'm looking forward to trying these out and seeing how well they work. I'm hoping they work well, and I'm hoping it'll give me a little bit more confidence when out and about, when in supermarkets and stuff, because I avoid things that trigger my anxiety. So I avoid going through the tills and paying for things in the tills. So John has to do that for me, which is annoying. You know, I avoid. So hopefully I can use this and see how it works. And hopefully if it works well, it'll give me more confidence to be able to go through tills and talk to humans and stuff like that. Yeah. Even talking to bus drivers, letting them know where I want to get off the bus. I avoid that most of the time because social anxiety. But yeah, so I'm going to shut up now. Things are going quite well at the moment. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I shall see you later. Bye bye.